All right, gentlemen, if I'm showing up in your YouTube feed, this is your reminder that you have to work out. I'm going to post my workout today. I'm going to show you the first thing that I got from my warm-up is the scapula retraction. So I'm literally going to just show you kind of a snippet. I'm going to post my workout, but hold, lift, just a little retraction. The goal is 30 pull-ups. I don't know if I'm able to do 3 sets of 10, how it might work out. I might do 5 sets of 6, but the goal is 30 pull-ups. So use some sort of grip. So you can use a Versa grip, you can use your wrist straps, or I like these hooks. But don't make your grip your limiting factor. So I feel warm, but we'll see how I feel on the first set. So we'll just probably shoot for 6 to see how it feels. Okay, felt really good. So I'm going to probably end up doing 5 sets of 6. So 30 is my number. I'll post that, like I said down earlier. I'll post it in the bottom of, actually I'll probably just post it on the side of a picture somewhere around here of each exercise. So we'll see how it goes. I would say I got one last tip for you. If you are easily distracted and have a TV in your gym, put on an old movie that you've seen 100 times, like some testosterone filled movie like Rambo or Rocky. Today's movie feature, Sicario. Pullovers. These are like lat pullovers. Get down in a good athletic position. Arms straight. Drive those down to your thighs. And you got to sweep. Keep your arms straight. Move with your lats. Good warm-up set. I'll put some weight on it and then show you the next one. All right, bent over dumbbell rows. This one, you can't get a great video for where I'm at, but in theory, get your dumbbells. I have 35s, they're my highest. Bend over, pull them to your hips. Now, sometimes you end up standing up more than you should. Remember, bend back down, pull it through to your hips. This one took a lot of setup on my gym. So if you have pulleys and have seen some of my old videos about setting up eyelets, this is one of my favorite. It's cable crossover. So it's basically cross your arms, extend. I do not get a ton of crossover because I don't have the best like length or gym equipment for it per se, but you work with what you got, you know? Mine's annoying because I have to reset the weights because I swing too much. I'm sure if I slowed my tempo down, it might be better, but crossover. All right, bent over T bar basically is your, okay. Last thing on the last set, I would say, don't worry about the number per se. if you get to your 10 and you think you're done, keep going. I would say your last rep should be making grunting or uncomfortable sounds. Like it should be hard for you to do your last one, or failure. If you can't finish it, you finished it. Good job. But we need to make sure that we're going to failure, or at least finding that wall. This is a warm up. Bend over rows. Bend over. Keep your back parallel. Pull with your back, not your biceps. Traps. And I want that little line over the shoulders into the neck. I want to look like a little human's trying to come out of me. Some of you know what I mean. So the app that I downloaded, I think it's called AI Fit or iFit or something like that. I'll post it. You know how I do it. Anyways, overhead shrug. So let's grab it. Overhead, down, up, down, up. Obviously, sorry. But the first set, you feel like, what the heck am I doing? This is stupid. But if at the top you really focus on that squeeze, that first set you're like, oh, this is dumb. Second set you're like, oh, this is somewhere. Third set you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So this is by far quickly became my favorite trap workout. Last one is weighted crunches, vertical crunches. You know those ones. I'm not going to show you, but you all know. So what I do on my abs, and I don't have amazing abs, so obviously what I do and what you do may be different. So if you got something better, let me know. One day I'll kind of work it from the top. I'll do the weighted crunches. Another day I'll do the leg lifts and like flag posts, I guess, where you just elevate your hips at the end. And then I'll do sides. So like each day I'll hit an ab, but I'll hit it from a different direction. So let me know if you got suggestions on way to do it, or if I just need to blast the crap out of those again. But I feel like I got some, at least strength coming in. If you saw this all the way to the end, I hope it was during your workout, and I hope you had a great one. Thanks for being here. Let's do another. All right. I think this one's critical enough to show you. So when I do the abs, you got this right here. You could stay here and do this. I feel it's better to extend at the top because you're getting some stretch, and then you can get a little chest activation into this. And then go until you're making noises. Hope that helped. Don't spam your abs with no weight. You need to have your progression. You need to have that stimulus to get growth. I don't think it's advantageous to do 50 crunches and then feel a burn. I think it's way more advantageous to do 25 with some weight and make your body push. That's the progressive overload. You got to have it on every muscle, your calf, your forearms, everything has to have a progressive overload. That's how you track growth. You can see it obviously, but like if we're going for hypertrophy for size, or if we're just going for strength, you have to know where you're starting at and then watch that ladder climb.